All right, I'm going to keep this a buck with a lot of you guys here that come to watch my show. We're going to talk about the whole Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns face-off on SmackDown, and I felt that could have been on ESPN, dragged into SmackDown. I feel honestly ripped off, and I feel dumbfounded. I'm left speechless. This was very hokey-pokey tonight. I felt for 3/22/2024, I felt that things could have been different. And my name is Rev Sauce, and I have a mouth and an opinion. And please rate, like, and subscribe. I just felt here on this quick review that Roman Reigns and Cody could have been better overall. I felt Cody looked stupid tonight. I felt that there was a lot of things that could have been just way better. Roman Reigns could have been better. I don't need to have two factions looking like they're going to go at each other, or the people that are going to be fighting at WrestleMania. I want Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to look into each other's eyes. I want to feel like I did back in the day as a kid. If you're making this title match a big match feel, and this is the greatest WrestleMania ever, right? I want to feel that big match. Like when you watch a Stone Cold Rock, right? What did you feel? Big match feel. That's why I traveled to Houston to go see it at the Astrodome. That, you know, back in the day when I was a kid. WrestleMania 2000, when they were doing the first ever tables match to lead into TLC 1, you know what I mean? Then TLC 2, and you know, you want to feel those big match feels. You want to feel it. You want to feel from those competitors that are going to be in that match. I am not feeling this from Cody, and I'm not feeling it from Roman. I feel like The Rock has casted a shadow or clouds, and he's taken over everything. And it's so sad because this match could be 10 times better. I feel the build has been boring. I feel it started out great. It's fizzled out. I feel like Raws and SmackDown have fizzled out. They have flatlined at this point. I get more enjoyment watching an AEW or a Ring of Honor or a TNA at this point because it's more exciting to me. I feel like we're just recycling the same shit week per week per week per week, and then we're just adding on top of the recycling. And that's what we're doing every week. And that's the way I feel leading up to WrestleMania. And I hope in WrestleMania they do the right things and there's no fuckery happening. I'm expecting some. But I'm more entertained and more enthralled with other shows than I am watching a SmackDown or a Raw. I feel NXT's better than both shows. I'm getting great stories baked in with good things. And I want to praise Cody. I want to praise Roman Reigns. I want to praise the things. But here's the problem that you have. They're recycling the same shit. How much more can I take of Cody not being fire and desire? That's the thing. I want him to be fire and desire. And I'm not getting that right now. Like a week ago, Cody was firing and desiring, okay? And the week prior to that, Cody was firing and desiring. But that's far in between. They do these hokey pokey things. What they should have had is Cody and Roman, you know, on Mega March Madness, Pat McAfee show. Roman should have said some things. Cody should have came out and said, whoa. We need to have this conversation now before our face-to-face at SmackDown. Whoa, you don't talk about my family. You don't talk about me. You don't talk about you're the greatest ever to do. You know what I mean? You know, I just wish they would pull their UFC roots because UFC and WWE are under the same umbrella. I wish they would, you know, pull from that. I think it would be so much better. It would make this a litty-vigitty more of a better match than what we're getting now. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this from me, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear the honest, my opinion, because I'm raw and cut and I'm biased, and I will call it the way I see it. You know, people give Tony Khan credit shit because he does, these type of on-the-fly matches. What's the damn difference him doing it than WWE doing it? And I saw that tonight with Rey Mysterio, Dominic. I saw that with the Damage Control, with, the EST, Bianca Belair, and Naomi, possibly tag team match for the Tag Team Women's World Championships. I just feel like they're just making up matches. Tiffany Stratton doing something, but not doing something. It's just all over the place. And then you have these tag team matches trying to mean something, and they just fall flat. And it's like, out the gates, you have Grayson Waller and Austin Theory winning at an extent of the OC that hasn't done much. You're putting tag teams in that don't matter much. And then on the second one, you have the hokey pokey Street Profits that haven't done shit and look weak. And you're putting them into the finals. It just comes off strange. It comes off bizarre. And it doesn't make me feel, oh my God, I'm invested here. On Raw, I feel invested in the 6-man pack ladder match. I feel invested because they got teams in there that I'm hoping for. But on SmackDown, they're doing this tournament to get one team in to that 6-man pack challenge, and I'm like, I just don't feel it there. You know what I mean? Io Sky beating Naomi, who gives a shit? Like, who cares enough to care? I don't care enough to care. You know what I mean? You knew the outcome. You knew Naomi was going to get beat on. You knew they were going to set up for a possible Naomi and Bianca Belair teaming together for the tag team titles. You know what's funny about that? Naomi said she wanted to be in stronger feuds, but so far as she's come in, she's looked weak. She doesn't look like the Naomi TNA that I came to love. She looks weak. She looks like everything that's Mercedes Moné said. It looks like bad booking, and it just looks like Naomi's just there as a placeholder. Oh, we got her, ha ha ha. Naomi would have been way better, honestly, in TNA. Seriously, I'm just saying, she would have been better. We got a vignette from Jade Cargill finally airing, and she's saying she's going to show up next week in the ring, and we're going to see her do something. Great. I'm happy for her. She's going to make an announcement, all that stuff. Damage Control beating the crap out of Naomi. Like I said, there was a backstage, Bayley and Bianca having a go at each other. It's like whatever, and Bayley getting beat up. Every week, Bayley's getting beat up. To me, Raws and SmackDown, ever since this whole final boss thing started with The Rock, I think Raw and SmackDown have just flatlined. And I want these big match feels. I want to feel these matches, but I'm not feeling them. And going into WrestleMania, I'm just sitting here I'm sitting back just going, I don't know about this, Chief. This is supposed to be the greatest WrestleMania ever. This is supposed to be a new era of WWE, but I just don't feel that way. I feel like I'm still watching the Vince McMahon regime type shit booking and falling off a truck. I feel like Bruce Pritchard is still doing shit on this product, and I just don't feel like they've progressed. Roman Reigns, there was footage of him on the Pat McAfee show. Where was Cody on that? Cody should have been on that too. Again, I just don't understand. I just really, really just don't understand. The only thing I really liked here was the fact that Rey Mysterio got fucked over by his son. I thought that was cool to set up for that. But a little too late with that. And then they're going to have 2 weeks to set up a story for that. It just makes no sense to me. Then you have AJ Styles and LA Knight and the cops. I thought that was fucking cool. They're setting that up very well. They're setting up this hokey pokey thing against KO and fucking Randy Orton. And I just feel like that's hokey pokey. Like, you all know what's going to happen at the end of that tag team match next week, right? That Randy Orton is probably going to KO Kevin Owens, or they're going to try to do their finishers and they're going to stare each other down. And then fucking the Maverick's going to come out and they're going to do a thing against him. And, it's going to be so hokey pokey to me. It's just, it's predictable what's going to happen. Trust me on that one. Again, I personally just feel that the SmackDowns and Raws could be just so much better. I feel that other shows this week have done a better job than Raw and SmackDown. I feel things could be better. I feel that they could be writing better. I want big match feel. I'm not getting it here. I'm not going to say this show was awful. I'm not going to say this show was a failure. I'm going to give it a C average, and I'm going to be fair about it. I'm going to say 6.75, a 6.0. I'm going to try to find the good things in this. It's WrestleMania season. I should be a little bit more positive and a little bit more hippity-hoppity, right? But at the end of the day, this show just doesn't feel like that. I don't feel SmackDown is, oh my God, this greatest show that, that it used to be, and these big match feels, Cody and Roman could have been so much better. Damage Control could have been so much better. Like they're going in as a faction and beating the shit. That's all they're doing. They're not having a face-off between Bayley and Io Sky, or Io Sky and her manager, kind of like a Paul Heyman. I wish Paul Heyman was in this group, honestly, on a mic, speaking for Io Sky. It would have been better. Anyway, my name is RevSauce9. This show was a C average show for me tonight. I was left disappointed. Like, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, great. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think they should just get rid of the OC, honestly. Have them go back to maybe AEW or or TNA because they were better off there than they were here. They're being used as jobbers. And Michin, who cares? And Tiffany Stratton already is being ice cold. She's being thrown off to the side. She looks beautiful as shit. Don't get me wrong. But they're just throwing her off to the side. And it's like, you know, at this end of the day, I'm like sitting back just going like, hey, it ain't for me, Chief, you know? I like Tiffany Stratton. I do. But I think they need to do something better with her, personally. I thought she should have been on Raw, honestly, more than a SmackDown. But that's just my personal opinion. Hopefully with Jade coming in, things will, you know, suit up and get better. I hope they speed this process up and things get better. Anyway, tonight was a C average show. They need to do better. If this is the lead up to WrestleMania, man, this is like plateaued. This is flatline. Ever since The Rock talked about Cody's mother and said he's the final boss, it's kind of flatlined. SmackDown has literally flatlined. And Cody's promos have gotten worse and worse and worse. They haven't trended up. I'm hoping in the last 2 weeks the last 2 weeks of WrestleMania, right, or getting to WrestleMania, they actually legitimately fire this stuff up and we have the big match feel and we start feeling it. I want to feel like UFC big match feel and I'm not feeling it here. So that's just my personal opinion here. It's like, to me, you sell this as big time, but you're making Cody look really, really weak. And it's kind of disappointing. But that's my personal opinion. My name is RevSauce9. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.